Hello to the good people of the YouTube vinyl community. It's Vatican here from Weekly Rations, and I'm back with a 1, 2, 3 in 1 video update. I have some VCLT for you. Well, it's actually a competition prize to be more exact. I have some pickups, including a Grail, and I have some record store day stuff for you as well. So, let's get right to it. Tonight I am having an import German cheap beer for 12 for £4, quality, 5%. And the second biggest Irish export after Guinness, Tito cheese and onion. Superb. So, and here was this beautiful Grail, Red House Painters, Ocean Beach, 2 10-inches. Unbelievable. So I've talked about Red House Painters before. From back in the day when I first collected vinyl in the 90s, I had Bridge and the Shock Me EP. That's what I owned, just because I liked the band. That's what I picked up at the time. Last year at some point it came in a bit of cash and I bought Roller Coaster off eBay. I think I mentioned it in the video. I don't have it downstairs with me, and I paid a lot of money for it, and I felt really, really good because it was a very, very special record for me. So I sort of had my eye on this one because it's probably, for me, the next one to have. If you have Roller Coaster and Bridge, this is probably the next one to have. Down Colorful Hill is their first album, but it's super, super pricey, as you'd imagine. All of the stuff's pricey because the small runs or whatever on 4AD. So this was kind of the next one in my eyes that I wanted to get. It is double 10 inches. Typically 1, 2, or 3 songs on it. Some of the Red House Painters tracks are really long. So this is from the guy's personal collection. So I don't know the guy in the shop that well. Anytime you're in, the shop's quite busy. You don't get to chat to him. So I had a good chat with him today, and he used to collect 480 up until that point. And he has a lot of this stuff, and I guess he lets it go from time to time. So he said he had 2 copies of this, and this was the slightly less well conditioned version. There's some weak creases and stuff. I'm not that fuzzy. I'm not a mint condition kind of guy. I just like to own the record. So over the moon. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend today, but there's a couple. This album for the Red House Painters kind of moves away from their sound to a certain extent. It's just a bit more folky, acoustic songs allowed in, as opposed to the downbeat, long, jammy sort of songs. So the sentiment's the same. I mean, you're always going to get the same sentiment with Mark Klosek. It's always going to be introspective, depressing, selfish kind of. It was always going to be songs about him, really, and his struggles with life. So, but this album opens up a wee bit and allows more melody and allows a bit more flexibility in short songs. There's the opening track is an acoustic jam almost. Really, really bouncy wee song. Towards the end of the album, more of the typical Red House Painters sound comes in, and you'll find on the later albums that Old Ramon and Songs for Blue Guitar that they're really much easier to listen to, certainly by the time they got the last album. So this is it's a good wee jumping on point probably, but for anybody for the first time listening, I always just recommend the last album and then kind of work your way back. I guess I don't know if it makes sense or not. Really, just really, really happy. I haven't even got to listen to it yet. Just got it today. So obviously the Red House Painters broke up, and Mark does a lot of stuff solo in his own name and Sun Kill Moon. And obviously I missed the boat with that because I've only been collecting again for a couple of years, so I'm almost not even going to bother trying to pick up the Sun Kill Moon stuff because I see the prices are through the roof. So I think I'll try and complete the Red House Painters stuff, so it's going to be costly. Down Colorful Hill is worth a lot of money. Old Ramon I think is worth a reasonable amount of money, and thankfully Songs for Blue Guitar I think has a repress or whatever, so that shouldn't be too much problems. And then the latest Sun Kill Moon album is just come out recently, but it hasn't got a vinyl release yet. Called Benji. That is absolutely top notch, 10 out of 10 album for me. It's like it's good as any of the Red House Painter stuff he's ever done. So that's one I must get. So I'm hoping to get on that whenever he eventually releases it. So, Pavement's Terror Twilight. So this is the last Pavement album. They broke up after it, and it's probably fair to say it has a very Steve Malcolmus solo feel to it. You know, a lot of stuff I think was written before the band got together. For me, I'm a massive Pavement fan. I think, you know, I've got a video dedicated to them. I stopped buying them at the same time I stopped buying Sonic Youth and a lot of indie stuff when I moved into the dark side and got into dance and drum and bass for, you know, the middle to late 90s. So I barely even remember this album coming out. I think I have Brighten the Corners on CD and everything before that on vinyl. But I don't even know if I own this really, but it's a great album. A lot of I find towards the later days of Pavement's career, I had gone off the kind of more novelty bouncy songs like, you know, Carrot Rope and Shady Lane. All of those kind of songs irritated me a wee bit. I thought it was funny with Cut Your Hair, but after a while I got a bit bored of it. It's the more introspective and laid back songs on this that I really like. So the song like Anna Don't Cry would probably be a perfect example, or even Major Leagues. But Anna Don't Cry to me is a really nice, romantic, beautiful sounding song. Not that you would expect it from the Pavement, you know, 4 or 5 albums before that. So this is, I think, a Domino original press. I haven't looked. Ooh, boobies! I haven't really, you know, looked at Discogs or whatever. I don't care. Basically, he was selling it for 15 quid, and you know, he knocked a fiver off because it bought the other stuff on the turntable, and he knocked a tenner off this. So, you know, good guy, good store. It's called Dragon Records. I'll, you know, pimp it up big time. It's one of the best stores here in Belfast, and I only wish I had more money to buy more stuff from them. I received a packet from. Might be just easier to show it from the back. So I won a package from one of our beloved YouTube members, Kevy Metal. He did a competition. I don't even know if it was this year or last year. I have two young kids. I don't remember anything anymore. He done a competition last year, and I was lucky enough to win it. And it was I think it was the second time doing the, you know, tell me about a record that I should listen to or should know. So it's a great idea. You know, it is really good because everybody has, you know, the ability to chat and talk about something they really love. So, you know, he opened the door to a lot of good videos. I watched most of them, and my video was for a local band called Two Door Cinema Club that I had quite recently get into and loved the bits. Anyway, so Kevin sent me my prize. So this is my first live opening because why not? It's been sitting here for a couple of weeks now, and I've been so busy with kids and getting my house on the market to sell that what am I saying? I'm so busy getting my house ready to sell that it's been sitting there and I haven't played. I've been trying to wait on the right time to open it. So that's pretty cool. I was talking on Facebook about bumper stickers, and you know, bumper stickers are stickers. Shark Boy. That would be for the kids in the morning. And Seattle Record Store map. I guess that's in case I ever make it over there. Kevin won't let me get lost. So I'm really excited to open this. And I was so excited to win the competition. So let's see what we have here. The head and the heart. So Kevy's prizes were all local bands, which is, again is a lovely touch. And I chose this because I think Mudhoney had already owned or whatever, and I really quite liked the sound, the way he described them as being up my street. I'm burping because I'm eating at the same time as making this video. So absolutely beautiful, beautiful record. Okay, yeah. I think I'm going to bore you talking about it. So look at this. This is the record, and what does it say? This has not been cleaned. Kevy, I don't give a fuck. In the nicest possible way. I'm not an audiophile guy. I'm not Dr. Dead Wax. It's not going to bother me. This will be going straight on the turntable the first night I get a chance to give it a listen. But what I wanted to talk about was track number 8, Winter Song. So whenever Cavi told me I'd won this, I decided to play it just on Spotify while I was painting the bedroom, getting the house ready, and I was really, really enjoying the album. A really, really nice vibe to it, and then I got to track 8, Winter Song, and it's quite a poetic folk tune. The lyrics can be interpreted, in any number of ways, and of course, for me, I decided to interpret it as me singing a song to my young children. Just the nuances of the words, and what they were saying. It made me, each verse seemed to be almost about like the child growing up. So the first verse was you singing to your baby. The next verse was you talking to your teenage son. The next verse was almost them singing to you as you die. I can't remember exactly how I interpreted it, but anyway, a hard day painting the house. Tears just started tripping me. So I must have listened to Winter Song 6, 7, 8 times in a row. Each time, welling up the whole way. The tears and the tickles on the back of the neck and everything. And I texted my wife saying, "Oh my God, the song's so beautiful. It's about us." Really, really nice. And it's such a not a rare thing that music does that to you, but you really should embrace it when music moves you like that. It can't always do it. Music moves you in different ways, but sometimes if it stops you in your tracks and almost makes you cry, I think you should really savor the moment. So I did. I just sat down, put it on repeat, thought about my kids, thought about everything, and I've loved the song ever since. I've loved the album ever since. So this is going straight into the I don't know, the masterpieces. So thanks very much, Kevin. I think he's included something else in here. Maybe it's because Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass Greatest Hits. So yeah, I think my only Herb Alpert record is one I picked up just before Christmas, and it was a Christmas record. I think it's the one that everybody posts. Where he's playing, the big trombone on the cover, and it is amazing. And Cavi says, "This just might be the best album you've never heard." Cheers. So it's a nice touch, Cavi, as always. Thanks very much. So, I'm really, really stoked to have won that competition. And I think of something else coming from Dr. Deadwax as well. I won his competition. So that's really cheered me up. The sad side of it is I had my own competition. It was away last March, and I offered some of my own just personal records, and I still haven't even sent them out. I have everybody's address, and I kind of took a crisis of confidence because I thought to myself, that these are rubbish and they're dirty and they need cleaned, and I don't have anything to clean them with, and I'm kind of busy with family and kids, and that's an excuse. So, if anybody's watching this now, your prize, I'll do my best to get something to you. I'm kind of in two minds. Do I just give somebody an Amazon voucher, or do I get these records cleaned? I've got the Dixieland Farm record cleaner now that he sent me over from the States. So kind of almost putting everything back to my move house, because I'm going to get, there's a garage in the house that we're buying that is like completely insulated and dry lined, and I'm going to put my records and get a workbench in there and get a wee bit of man space that I don't have in this house because it's a small house with 2 kids. So apologies to anybody who I owe VCLT. I will get you something at some point. Right, I was just looking at that Head and the Heart record, and it's so nicely produced. The cover is soft card or whatever. Even just the sleeve is like an embossed Sub Pop on it that you'll never see there, and it's just beautiful. And that's what it's the age-old thing. Why do you buy vinyl? You buy vinyl for these beautiful pieces of work that, it's not, obviously the music is 99% of it, but it's so well designed and laid out, and it's, hopefully going to last us forever, and our kids or whatever will take our collections, and that's why we buy it. So anyway, so record store day. I'm new to recollecting again. So record store day last year was a nice buzz for me, and I only really wanted one thing, which was like the Misfits side by side split, and I got it, and I got some stuff for everybody else in the forum, sent it out. This year, I only wanted the Cure Dinosaur Jr. side by side split for Just Like Heaven, which was US only. So Tom Bennett picked it up for me, and also Rob had also managed to pick it up for me, although he's obviously passing on to someone else. So Tom picked it up for me, and I can't wait to get my hands on that. So it hasn't arrived yet. But I did pick up some things, and I am regretting it, I have to say. I spent too much money. Well, I didn't mind actually. I spent too much money, but that was only up until I got Ocean Beach today. So now I'm in two minds. I might just get rid of some of the stuff. So I'll show you what I got anyway. First thing I got was the Dead Kennedys original singles collection. So this is the 7 inches that the Dead Kennedys released, pressed on hard card stock with a booklet or whatever. Shiny, that's all I can say. I'm like a magpie. So this was there's only one copy in the main store that I went to this year, and I just kind of felt, oh, I'll buy it, I'll buy it. I don't know how much I actually wanted, and I'm being honest with you. I'm just, what can I say? I think I might sell it, and then that will at least cover the money that I spent on the Red House Painters album. So I love the Dead Kennedys, but I'm kind of going off 7 inches a wee bit in the last while, and I don't know how much I'll listen to this. And like as Danny Barrett, the mayor, said, you can pick them all up probably cheap enough anyway. He's picked them all up over the years, and I think I actually have. Well, but Nazi Punks Fuck Off lost over the years, but I certainly have Bleed For Me, and I have the Halloween, so I think I might just sling this on Discogs or eBay, or anybody wants it, let me know. But it's lovely. It's a lovely box, but as you can see, I haven't even opened it. I don't have hardly time to put an album on, never mind put a bunch of 7 inches on. I got the Dinosaur Jr. box set as well. Now I'm probably more into Dinosaur Jr. 7 inches than the Dead Kennedys ones, because you don't see these too often. I kind of got these with one of the forum guys, Mikey or somebody, or Ned if they wanted it. So I think Mikey's interested in picking it up. If he doesn't, I'm probably just going to either keep it or sling it on Discogs or eBay, or anybody else wants it, let me know. It's a lovely box, unopened. Am I going to listen to it? I'm not sure. It was another case of shiny. Nirvana, Penny Royalty. Is it just me, or does anybody else hate this cover? There's something about this cover. It just screams, staged to me. And I mean, fair enough, obviously every cover staged and photographs are staged and stuff, but there's just something cheesy about this cover that really puts me off. And this has the I Hate Myself and I Want to Die on the B-side. I think it's colored vinyl. I don't know. I haven't opened it. Again, Mikey might pick it up. If he doesn't, I'll probably hold on to it. Got the Mystery side by side, because obviously the Cure one was US only. I thought I'll take a punt on this in case it's anything of interest to me. This is probably the Love / what do you call them? Rush, I think it is, split. I don't know. I haven't opened it. I do like Love, and I've never really listened to Rush, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Sell it. I got this, which I'm really looking forward to. So it's bands from. This was a freebie. This was free at the counter, which is pretty cool. Bands from Norway, Finland. 6-track 10-inch, so totally right up my street. And love the photograph, so it was free. I think this happens every year in the UK. A friend of mine who I met on the day said he's 2 from the previous year, so he's going to give me a copy. Picked up the Breeders at the till for £1, Mountain Battles. I haven't listened to this before, so can't beat that. The only other thing I wanted to talk about was the new Pixies album, Indie Cindy, which I didn't pick up on Record Store Day. Even though, well, I found out later it came with a free 7-inch. You might have seen a video a few months ago with myself and Ned and Tom Bennett, and we talked about the Pixies at the end, because I'd been picking up the EPs they'd been releasing, and both those guys were kind of a bit cold on the new Pixie stuff, and I was raving about it. But after we'd done the video, and I sat back and thought about it, and I realised, hang on a minute, I haven't actually listened to the MP3s that you got for free since I got them. I've only spun the 10 inches once to do the videos for the channel. I thought to myself, am I really listening to these? So I had picked up the first one, and I thought, I was excited about that. I was buzzed about that because it was the first new material, But it was like 16 quid delivered, which is quite pricey for a 4-track EP. But I did quite like it, I quite liked it. So then I picked up the second one on the strength of the first one. And again, it was 16 quid, and I'm not really listening to it. And I sort of thought, I am just buying this out of nostalgia. I'm buying this because I want a new Pixies album, but I don't know if I was really liking it. So I skipped the third one, just because money's tight at the minute, and I'm not really supposed to be, wasting it if we're buying a house. So I skipped the third one, which I sort of regret, but I'm sure I could pick it up not too expensive. But I decided that I could either buy the album on Record Store Day and Discogs these, and I just thought, I don't even like the idea of it. They're two LPs, 45 RPMs, just annoying having to even spin it all the time. Get up and flip the discs. This is no worse than the EPs. So I just couldn't do it, and I'm puzzled, and I'm still a wee bit puzzled. But I think I made the right decision. I think if I'm not listening to it even on MP3 on my phone, then it hasn't grabbed me, and maybe it's not as good. I don't know. Michael Dill is a big fan. He likes it. Maybe I'll reassess it as an album, maybe grab the MP3s and give it a spin again on my phone. But pick them up. I don't know what to do with them. Sell them, keep them. I'm kind of realizing with something like this, this was 50 quid, 49 quid in the shop, in the big shop, not the store that I would got the records today, in a more mainstream store. For that, I could have got 3 or 4 kind of decent original press stuff out of a Dragon Record shop today. That probably would mean a lot more to me, or even new stuff like the Cloud Nothings album, which is I really like the MP3s on that. I kind of need to focus myself and avoid shiny things on Record Store Day and focus on the kind of stuff that I really will listen to and enjoy for life. So I guess I'm leaving you on that note. I'll have to try, whenever I get settled in my new house and get all my gear set up, and decide, okay, I've got 20 quid I can spend on records this month. I'll have to really, focus on stuff I really want. So I want to finish my Red House Painters collection. I want to finish my Sonic Youth collection. I want to finish my Pavement collection, and I want to, pick up classic albums that I've either missed first time around, or couldn't afford in the 90s, or stuff that I really like now, like Future Islands and Cloud Nothings, and current bands that Sun Kil Moon that I like. So anyway, nice to be back, and I'll check in again in about 6 months to a year when I can finally afford to buy a new vinyl. Cheers.